No, there's no big, like, secret to it or anything like that. It's really just kind of as simple as, I don't know, the moon rises and then I change into a creature and then we just kind of go from there, you know? I mean, obviously you don't know, but that's just kind of how it all is. No, I I'm not used to the transformation. It's not exactly my favorite thing in the world, you know? Because, I mean, it hurts. Yeah, I mean, being blunt about it, transforming hurts a lot. It's bones shifting and things readjusting, and it happens in your entire body. It's not just things that help make you wolf like. It's everything. It's actually one of the things that was kind of worrying the most when I took the chance and I showed you what it was all about. I don't know. Look, you grow fangs and you just there's weird stuff just happens, okay? Like, I don't canines become sharper and you don't in your nails, and I have an idea, and I just, I was gonna be a human, and then I was gonna be something else, and I didn't know how you were gonna react to that, so I just sort of made you plug your nose and jump into the pool, kind of against your will, which I still feel bad about. What do you mean you'll feel bad about that? Alright, fine, so it was gonna happen anyway, but honestly, I should really just be thanking you. What do you mean, why? Because you haven't kicked me out yet. Because you're still talking to me. Because we've been having a semi-decent conversation about this for a few days now, and you look like you're kind of okay with having for a girlfriend. I can just come out and say it and just say werewolf, but I mean... sorry, 100 million scenarios. 100 million scenarios went through my mind when I imagined telling you about this, and very few of them ended well. Not because I don't have faith in you, but because I didn't want to suffer tremendous heartbreak, I guess. No, listen. Give me your hand, listen. You can tell me that you would have stayed in the forest, even if I had told you to leave. I still would have made you leave. No, look. There's a lot of things about this that are just... You don't understand. That's the problem. You don't understand how dangerous this situation really could be. I don't even understand how dangerous this situation can be. And I don't want to get you involved in something unless you fully know what to expect. I don't know what to tell you to expect. And that's the part that's making it hard for me. I can't even, build things up for you. The only thing I can do is just give you an idea of what I've gone through. And then I just move on from there. I could tell you what it's like. I could tell you how I go from having semi-normal human senses to something far more animalistic, but I can't tell you about, mating rituals or... Sorry, that was a really weird place for my mind to go, but you know what I mean, right? You tell me I'm not panicking. I've had a lot of time to think about it and a lot of time to stress about it, and now the moment is here and I still feel wildly unprepared for it. No pun intended. I tell you what it's like. Are you sure? What am I so afraid of? I'm afraid you're still gonna run. I'm afraid you don't know what... I know, if I don't know, how can I be afraid for you? It's a complicated process. I realize that. It's not the most organized thing I've ever tried to tell anybody, okay? And I realize that, but I don't want you to get hurt. And I hope you realize that's the number one thing in all of this. Okay? That I can protect you. With everything that I can. I don't know how much that is. But yeah. You'd bet I do everything I can. Alright, I can tell you what it's like, but it's not pretty. It's not exactly one of those, like, fairy tale stories that you want to tell your kids or anything, you know? Well, the night of the full moon, it's like, you know how they say you have that feeling when somebody's watching you? It's like the hairs in the back of your neck stand up and stuff. It feels a lot like that. Pretty much the entire day. Like you just know something is different. There's something magnetic in the air. Everything has changed all of a sudden and you have no control over it, but you're not necessarily afraid of it. And it only intensifies as it gets closer to nighttime. And when the moon rises, when it finally hits that point in the sky where it's unavoidable, there's about a nice 2-minute window where your heart just starts beating faster and things just start getting a little crazy. That's probably why I was talking to you so fast the night that I transformed. I guess a lot of anxiety goes into it too. It kind of triggers everything, you know? And so I guess usually you'd think with something like this that you'd like feel it in your bones, right? Deep down inside of the marrow, that something was changing and that it was different. I don't feel it in my bones. At least, not like where the marrow is concerned. I feel it in my joints. I feel popping your fingers and any part of your joints that ever pop, it's all because of air that's being released, right? It's like I can feel that expansion, the shift, the change. It's like when you just pop your knuckles. Just like that. And then I feel it in my shoulders first. And after that, when that popping sensation happens, everything happens at once. I don't know if the popping activates it or if it's just a result or all I know is that I hunch over because it feels like my spine is elongating and my shoulders have to broaden and I can't stop it. It's like when you stretch really, really hard and your body starts to cramp, and for those few first few moments when you're cramping, you can't really stop until you realize what you have to do to counteract it. Imagine that cramp and just hold it. And that's a lot what it's like. Yeah, no, it's not pleasant. It's by far the worst part of the entire experience. But then everything does shift. It forces itself. It moves. And before you know it, what you're hearing, the own noises that you're making sound different in your head, because those noises are becoming different as you're changing. And what you last ate, you can suddenly taste it again, just a little bit more refined than it was, because now your taste buds are different, and you see the moon brighter than you've ever seen it before, and anything that's in the forest by far. It kind of rocks your world a little bit. It's the worst part of it by far. But what's the best? Well, honestly, despite going through a lot of this talking about how horrible a big chunk of it is, there's a lot of it that's actually pretty damn cool. Running with all four legs is exhilarating. How fast you go, how free you feel, the wind on your fur or muzzle, as I guess. You feel weirdly attuned with nature. You just want to be a part of everything. But your senses, I mean, you're more animalistic, right? So of course you have to kind of fend for yourself. So that's where the little baby rabbits come in. But that week for me isn't really that bad. It's mostly just lonesome. Once the queen walked away from me, I haven't really... It's like a week of being locked outside of your house with nobody around. No. I am not turning into somebody's pet dog for a week. Look, you're taking this really well, and I want to applaud you for that, but just staying in your place for a week while no, that's not how this works. I know that I can speak to you with my mind, and I know that we have a mental link and that we can hear each other's thoughts when I'm a wolf, and that I could probably, tell you things, but I'm not a dog. I'm not a pet. I realize what you want to do here, and okay, having somebody around would actually be kind of nice, and sleeping on a couch or something instead of a forest bed and not having the risk of fleas would be sensational, but no, don't worry about that. Every time I come back from a night, I have a special shampoo. I take care of it, don't worry about it. The point being, I'm still me. I don't want to be somebody's house pet for a week. You want to take care of me. I don't... Really? Okay, you know what, you're right. Maybe I haven't been giving you enough credit. Maybe I haven't been giving you enough credit for the fact that I don't have to do this alone, but you kind of gotta bear with me, okay? I'm used to doing this alone. I've been doing this for kind of a while. Well, I guess when you put it that way. Fine. At the very least, so that you don't have to worry about me for a week. But don't Don't get cute about it, okay? Like, I'm still a person in that form. It's just... Okay. And that way I can still keep an eye on you. Make sure you're safe. Nothing. Well, speaking of, the forest, I mean, there is actually a nice little place over there. It's got this clearing, this little lake that's under it. I discovered it a couple of weeks ago. It's kind of a place I'd like to go and think. Would you like to see it? Alright then. If you will drive, I will guide you through the rest of the forest. You got it.